Sorry, that was just to speak to Bobby's fans directly. Welcome back, everybody, to Beautiful Boys Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon.
I'm Andy Haynes, and today we have a wonderful guest, an old friend. And by that we mean he's old.
Robert Kelly.
The
blistering Bostonite.
Yeah.
The bagpipes from Baghdad.
Yeah.
The big belly butterfly.
Not anymore.
No.
You got it chopped in
now
half.
it's just kind of like an empty bag.
Yeah.
He's great. We love him. You love him. One of our faves. A father figure to me, which is why our relationship is complicated.
Kind of a mom's boyfriend figure to me, but, good guy. Love him. He's been there for me a lot. Really just kind of, the advice he always gives me is just, you got to hold on to what's yours. And then it's totally
Oh, dude, he had so
unusable.
much belief in me 2 years ago, and then when it didn't immediately flourish, he dropped me like a bad habit. But check out this episode. We'll probably bring it up. MikeCannonComedy.com for all my dates, folks. May 3rd, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Ooh, baby. Very excited to be on the back of a carriage that will set off for the Oregon Trail right after. Tell us 360, May 3rd. May 5th, this is the run. I need your help. Springfield, Missouri, May 5th. Tulsa, Oklahoma, May 6th. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, May 7th, followed by Fort Worth, Texas. We're on the road. We're renting cars. We're driving. Come on out, all the beautiful babies. Andrew.
Hi, guys. Starting next week, I'll be back on the road. I'll be at the Philly Punchline for one show May 8th and one show May 9th. The next weekend, I will be Friday the 15th, I will be at Empire Comedy Club in Portland, Maine. Also just doing one show. And then the next weekend, I will be in St. Petersburg, Florida, doing Coastal Creative. Please come on out to those. Those are always fun. And then I'm recording a special May 30th at the Bell House in Gowanus, Brooklyn. I really need you to come out and show those tatas.
Yeah, gals with heavies, sit up front.
Heavy
Make
naps.
Andy feel at home.
Thank you.
Just big milkers, shiny ones, glitter on top.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a birthday cake.
Yeah, sure.
Guys,
Glitter on top.
I don't know what's happened to me in the last 2 minutes, but check out the episode. Bobby Kelly, Andrew Haynes, Nicole C. Lyons.
Mike Cannon. The seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Though you hear a family fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in the woods at a site, but you hear people
Dude, that's
screaming.
funny. I've had some campsite things like that. Like this one time we were like up at Mount Rainier outside of Seattle, me and some friends. We got like shit-faced drunk.
See how he had to fucking flex on me though? I said Newburgh camping. He went Mount Rainier.
I can't help where I'm from. But
Well, let me cross my legs. I can't cross them all the way.
There you go.
Newburgh.
it's horrible. I wish I did this. It's more masculine.
It is.
The T-zone is, right?
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the guy way, and then the total pelican
Yeah,
is not.
I crush my nuts every day.
This is what famous people do though. They cross their legs like
Oh
this.
yeah.
They
Okay.
do.
Guys do this.
What is that, though? Is that somebody that enjoys pressure on their testicles?
No, that's people who don't have testicles because they got all of the jizz sucked out of it for fame.
Oh. Do you know what the worst is?
I had to wear a dress.
My father-in-law's got a quesadilla in his pants, and every now and again he'll like do this, and it'll just fall out the bottom.
Nice.
And you're like, dude, you
should go
gotta
up and
find an
tickle
extra
it.
area.
Your goose egg. Your
Your
goose egg is showing. But these like drunk cholos, like they were like up there to like do some like roofing project, but like staying in the campsite. Yeah. And they got so blackout drunk, they were like came over to like party, but also kind of wanted to fight.
Yeah.
And eventually it ended up them like taking their car and like speeding through the campsite like at like 60 miles an hour, like doing laps, and then they got pulled over and like fought the cops and got arrested. I love a good campsite like disaster because you don't know who's gonna show up.
I was up there with Dawn and Max, and I just got this newfangled blow up tent. You know me.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
got
the glamping stuff?
It was because Dawn hates camping.
It's the blow up one, the one where you just set it up.
Yeah, you just pump it up, and it's a massive.
Yeah.
You could walk in, and there was a guy next to me, total like rock and roll dude. I think he had a Kiss shirt on or something like that, sleeveless. Him and his son and wife, and then in the distance local Newburgh families who that's their vacation.
Yeah.
Like they don't go to Florida or Europe. They go to the KOA for a week and they get a cabin. They have cabins.
Oh, that's cool.
And you could hear the ruckus. And then at one point, I'm out by the fire just trying to, they're in the tent sleeping. And I just hear screaming. Yeah, you motherfucker, fucking screaming. And then the guy next to me, the rock and roll big fucking dad, hey, shut the hell up over there. And you just hear, I'll fucking murder you, you motherfucker. And you see this guy just go into his tent. It just went from like 60 to 100. And then you just see a family. I was just sitting by the fire and just this Newburgh family of 18 in like one of these big minivans, just two of them going by, with just everything pushed up against the windows because they called the cops and they kicked them out. And they're just in the car driving, some meth head mom all angry, little kids just looking out in the distance, not blinking. It was
They're like the Garfield stuffed animal with the suction against the window.
They had to throw all their shit in the car in like 10 minutes. You could just see it all mushed up against the window.
At least they could drive off. I've gotten kicked out of a camping site that was an island, and we had to wait for a boat.
Where was it?
It was in Lake George. So every year we would go to Log Bay Day, which is the last Monday of July. Where in this one bay area, Log Bay, all the boats of Lake George like basically tether up, and it's like kind of a spring break, like, let's go, summer is here. It's actually what I did for my bachelor party, and that was the last year they did it because some drunk person on the way home ran over an 11-year-old, like in the water, just killed the kid. Like it was awful. But we got kicked. We do mushrooms and whatever. So we're very loud, and we had the like park ranger or whatever show up at 4:30 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah.
It was like, you guys got to go, and we're like, what are we gonna fucking swim to the mainland? Like, how are we getting out of here? And they're like, call somebody, figure it out. But we are staying here until you're off this island. Brutal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I brought Paul Verzi up primitive camping, which was hilarious.
How do you do?
Well, he showed up with camo Nikes. He's like, these are good, right? I'm like, no, I told you to wear boots.
I just want the mud nut to show.
And then halfway up, he goes,
my sneakers are getting all fucked up.
yeah, I got creases, dude. And then halfway up, he goes, we're an hour up the mountain. He goes, I forgot my blanket. And he's like, I'll be fine, right? And I went, yeah, you'll be fine, dude. Not gonna be fine. And then we're out there. We're doing. I had my Japanese silky saw. He snapped the tip like 3 times, just because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just out in the woods, just Verzi style. And then, like just before the sun went down, you heard a bunch of Spanish dudes, like around fucking 8 or 10 of them, loud, crazy, come up to it's like a swimming hole where we were, and it got a little. Because the sun's going down. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And they turn into werewolves.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
You hear Spanish after dark. That's a chupacabra.
Dude, it's worse at sunset because it's like, oh shit, like they're not camping. Like they just came up. And And they're like, I'm like, please just go back down. I don't want to just. I don't need Verzi going, dude, they're fucking everywhere, dude. But it was. They went as the sun went down, and then they just left.
Nice.
But we never knew if they left.
Yeah.
It took like a few hours to not hear noises.
What did you camp in? You have a tent?
I have a hammock, and it's called the Armark hammock. Yes. It's like.
Is that the structured one?
No, it's the one. It's the one before that. Yeah, you can lie flat in it. It has an air mattress in it.
Oh, okay.
So you can lie.
Sick.
I'm a side sleeper, so I love hammocks. But you can't. I can't do that cross thing. I can't be like a banana.
Yeah.
So and I put him in my 1-man tent, but he woke up the next day. All his clothes were on his head. He had like socks on his hands because he was so cold. Because he doesn't know that it gets freezing up there. He's just like, dude, it was fucking cold, man.
You really don't get like why living inside matters until you camp out overnight.
Yeah.
No, that's why I think everybody should go out and do it.
The moisture.
You'll never get a good night's sleep. You'll never get I don't care what sleeping pad you have. It's still going to suck at some point.
Yeah.
And then you get home to this most people have this fucking sick mattress from some podcast company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dude. And it makes you love your stuff way more.
Have you had sex in the woods camping?
With
You have?
Verzi. I had to, me and Verzi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I brought him up there.
That was your bone to pick.
I was a summer camp counselor like every year of my youth. So like,
So you had sex with the children?
yeah. No, you would just like, we were in the woods. We were in open air cabins for the whole summer.
Yeah.
And so you would find your girlfriend the second week of June, and then you would kind of
Nice.
I was
sex
a
all over the
counselor
place.
for 1 year at a Jewish camp.
nice.
Camp Bowercrest. Shout
John
out.
Fish.
John Fish, yeah. John Fish was one of the kids.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
That's wild.
It was
Can you imagine that Bobby was his caretaker and then they run into each other at the cellar years later?
It was. I didn't even know, because I knew him as a little kid, and then he shows up with that bald head, and
Yeah, yeah.
Hey.
And didn't you guys have weirdness because of it?
we had a little weirdness.
Yeah, because he had some familiarity, and Bobby's like, I don't fucking know you.
But Jewish camp. That's a tradition. That's like generation.
All the way back to the 30s and 40s.
and they go away for 2 months.
Sometimes longer.
That was it.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We're the only edgelord parenting podcast.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this: that he did the joke, and then you took it to a next level with sometimes longer. And I just got done reading the book Night,
Oh, wow.
and it is
Elie Wiesel or
It's a
whatever?
long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Yeah,
You did all right.
Oh, you're boning up on your Israel?
yeah.
You're doubling down.
Bobby
You're
wants to know.
doubling
Yeah.
down.
He wants
Well, I just want to know the truth.
I hear you. Yeah.
Where's my camera?
You should read The Fateful Triangle.
What's that one about?
It's not actually a good read. It's Noam Chomsky.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not as fun, and it
I
also
want you to
doesn't
give me a book. That would actually be a good thing
Read
for the
Night.
podcast.
But every
Read
time I
Night's
try to
good.
do this,
Okay.
you know the thing. Every time I remember that we used to do news quiz,
yeah.
and you just knew everything.
Well, because news, I am kind of online a lot, and I read more than I'm even aware of. Like I really
Yeah.
do, check things out and read. I just have no confidence in my ability to retain or even form an objective opinion based on all the things I take.
It sounds like you read the way you just said that.
Thanks.
Yeah. I don't read. I've started reading in the last year, but like YouTube videos is like the encyclopedia. I learn anything I want. I just go to YouTube. I mean,
It is so funny. You can have like a Hisense air conditioner, and you can be like, "How do I replace this screw?" And there's 9 videos.
yeah.
I just pictured Bobby in bed with like a little book lamp and just being like, John, what's this word? Just reading. I just started.
I love it
this
more where
week.
it's like Bobby typing into YouTube, "What's the truth about Israel?"
I actually I got a new AI. It's an AI book reader. So it kind of knows where I'm stupid and have the word, and you can push the button and it will actually say it. And
No
then
shit.
tells you the definition of the word.
Oh, that's
I'm
actually
reading
cool.
a book called Empire of the Summer Moon about Comanche Indians, and I don't know how to fucking Quacka tribe. You know? I'm just going the Kuki tribe. So so you just on the thing. It's like you're not gonna know this, dummy, and you push the word, and it says it.
Pre-highlighted.
It says it. Yeah, it pre-highlights it, and it says the word, and then tells you the definition of it right
Oh,
there.
wow. So I guess if it's AI, then it's probably, if you use it for long enough, it gets to know your reading level.
Well, it just knows any word with 2 syllables.
Three's not gonna make it.
But
so.
I one night, I think it was like 5 years ago when I was in my old house, my heating unit went out in the middle of the night. It was like 10 degrees out.
Jesus.
And I called the guy, and it's like, well, get somebody there in a couple hours. It's going to be $500 for the first hour, and then $500 for every hour.
Yeah.
And I just Googled like you. I found the unit. I found the thing. I wrote in. I wrote in what's happening, and then some guy with a hair lip was like, if you want to get this screw, and I just had to take a screw out and go. And put it back in, and the thing kicked back on.
Holy shit.
It had dust on this one thing, and it worked.
And that would have been
Forever.
$1,500
But
later.
$1,500 in the middle of the night.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I would have been terrified that I would gas my entire family with a heating unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
when anything serious like that,
pilot
like
light.
it shows a real either confidence in yourself or disdain for your loved ones to really get in there and fix it yourself.
Yeah, because I freak out. Like there was a night where Rosebud was pregnant, and I got super like one time I made food for her, and then I was like, what if it's expired?
Yeah.
And like totally had a meltdown internally. But we had like one of those the diffusers where it's like the sticks, the oil diffusers.
Yeah.
I knocked it over and it fell into the radiator.
Oh God.
And so the entire house was like eye burning.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I wake her up? Like, is this gas? Like, is this poison?
Yeah.
First of all, you never wake them up.
No, I
You
know.
let them get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never. If they're sleeping, you let them sleep.
And plausible deniability if
Yeah,
she dies in
dude.
her sleep.
Do you have a
I just
cat?
didn't know it was harmful.
No, we had a dog.
Yeah, dude, blame it on the fucking dog.
It was horrible. And I was the one sleeping in the living room. So I just had to like, just eye burning.
Oh, you're just asleep in a Yankee candle.
Exactly. It was like the Office episode where they go into the candle room.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's just too much.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert for which part?
It's like the Office episode with the candle. Yeah, that's a good one.
What's your favorite TV show that you reference?
All in the Family.
mid-convo? All in the Family? Of
The best
course
TV
it
show
is.
ever.
But I mean, when you want to have a modern conversation.
Yeah.
All the
talking to-
Family.
You ever hear Archie Bunker talk like outside of that show?
He's a classically trained actor.
Yeah, where you're like, holy shit.
I didn't know that.
It's he does not sound like that at all.
No,
Isn't
not
that-
at all.
that's Rob Reiner too, right?
Neither does Edith.
I know.
Edith is very elegant, and she's like, "Well, I got the role," and she's like, "Archie."
Well,
Yeah.
isn't it funny that now you have to like just to, I guess, either just be like, represent for a type of person or represent for, a race or disability or something. You have to hire the person that is the thing
You can't
instead
you-
of the actor
you
that
can't-
acts
you
the best.
can't- Yeah, but then what they would do with that, then they're just going to play those roles,
Right.
You're just going to be a trans person, or you're just going to play a retarded person.
Yeah.
You know what
or
I
like
mean?
when I don't know
Wait,
how
are
many
you saying a
roles.
retarded person is going to play a retarded person?
Well, you got to play a retarded person. You can't. What's his name? Sean Penn or Tom Cruise can't play a retarded person anymore.
No,
No,
not really.
You got to have a real, But
I think we're kind of past that now, though.
Who's the most recent retarded actor? Like, or not like real one, like somebody who put on a performance. Was it I Am Sam?
I'm pretty sure it was.
the last last big one? You know who was amazing was Leo.
And Gilbert Grape. It's
Like
unbelievable.
so insanely good.
I worked at Camp Venture, which was for disabled kids, and like that became my favorite movie because of my experience there. Because like the crazy nuance of like some of the finger things and like the breathing at certain points and just all that. I'm like, this guy absolutely spent time.
Yeah, he was like a 13-year-old drug addict that
it was
went in like
crazy.
I lived with 6 elderly retarded men for 3 years. That was my job, and I lived with them.
Yeah, but
And they were
they're your uncles.
No, they weren't. They're the fucking greatest people on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the funniest, and they get humor.
Yeah.
And they sexually,
Okay.
Get in there.
they're fucking
The horniest people on planet
the
Earth.
horniest people.
Yeah.
They still have
We would
all
have to
the,
break up fingerings on the slide like every day
yeah.
at Camp
Really?
Venture. It
Yeah.
was crazy, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, all the time. And I mean, like,
It's like retirement homes.
kind of, and also the
Except
idea heterosexuality and homosexuality
doesn't exist. My
It's
first
pure
night on the
fluid.
job, I woke up, I heard him going, "Mom, mom, mom," and I was like panicking because I did the overnights. I had a room there, and I would just have to make sure nothing happened during the night, and in the
old are
morning.
you?
How old was I then?
Yeah.
Oh, I had to be like maybe 19. It was
Jesus
smoking
Christ.
hot body.
And 17 years sober at that point.
Oh God, dude. It was yeah. So he's just I was panicking. I'm like, fuck, I got to do something. And I just went. I go, are you all right? And he's just jerking off to me. He's going bah bah bah. And I went Barry. He goes, get out of here. But he just starts laughing. He started cracking up that I caught him.
Yeah.
But I was like, and then I had to fucking talk to. I was like, last night I came in. He goes, they're very sexual. It's not. It's they don't have.
Nothing's taboo.
Well, because
There's
a lot of
nothing
it is
taboo.
pure id.
Yeah.
Like it's very like.
But
not
I was
a lot
smoking
is-
hot. I do.
Yeah.
That was when I was.
I mean, I've
I had
bombed
hair.
it
Seen the
myself.
pictures.
It was fucking gorgeous back then. I mean, I don't blame this guy for jerking off to it.
Every time Bobby
That's why
walked
I
in
got
the room,
molested.
Soul Glow played.
That's why you got molested, because you were smoking hot.
hot
I
kid.
never got molested.
I know.
Because I was hot.
I don't believe that.
I don't know if you call it molestation.
Well, oh
When
yeah,
there's-
no, you've had some gray area instances. Also, I think
Is that what you call it?
the thing that my favorite story about you that you've never told me, but I heard before I even knew you, was the priest thing when that guy kissed you on the neck. When you had
I
that
did
really.
when you're in AA, you have to do the fourth step
Yeah.
and the fifth step. So I I picked this. I went to the same meeting Monday nights at my sponsor's house. Big ironworker guy.
This is in Boston?
Yeah, it was in Boston. 5 years I did this meeting every Monday, and it was 7 to whenever. And it was usually anywhere from 8 to 12 guys.
Yeah.
And it was all guys, you know,
Yeah.
like a mafia guy, there was salesman guy, you know, the construction guy. And then there was me, you know, I was like 17, 18, 19, whatever, going to this meeting. And then there was a priest, and he was my friend. And we get lunch together, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, will you please do my fifth step with me? You know, you have to tell somebody else. So I went into the rectory, which I thought was a safe place. And I go upstairs.
More like erectory.
Hey. And then I go into his room, and we sit down. Halfway through, he falls asleep, which was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm literally like laying it all out. I thought it was going to be this story that he just have a tear at the end at all this stuff. And he was like, and I was like, yo. And then at the end, we stood up, and he hugged me, and then he kissed me on the neck. But it was like, like he did
like a lot of
It had
lip.
Like when I'm kissing a lady's neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a sexy kiss.
Yeah, dude. And I just went, and I was like, all right, dude. And I was like, fuck. I did all this work.
Yeah.
I wrote all this down. I did it with a priest.
I got molested.
This is.
When
and
you
then
were in your 20s?
it might have been earlier than that.
But even that, like that to me, that could register more as a molestation than if you were like 3 and forgot. Like that has such staying power.
Again, I was pretty hot. I mean,
Yeah.
the temptation.
I see.
I remember-
I love that you're being so kind to your assailants.
I remember I was in, it was like right when I graduated high school. I went up to Alaska for a couple weeks with my friend Zach, and we were drinking every night, and it doesn't get dark. So it's like the middle of the night, and this guy
No
who
black
runs.
people?
No, none. Actually, there was like 1 or 2.
So it gets dark.
Okay, there we go.
dark.
I like that.
Oh, you guys can make Nazi jokes. I can't make black jokes.
No,
I know this fucking,
they've gone
fucking
through
alt-left
more.
podcast work. All right, let's go.
But there was a guy that like ran the bar, and he was like, you know, like overly friendly and all this stuff, and he like called us in, and you guys said, I can make you guys drinks, and then like we're already shit faced, and then I realized like halfway through it, he kept on trying to get us drinks and shit, and I was like, oh, this is like, if I have one more drink, this guy's gonna fuck me.
Yeah.
Like, I have to
And
get
I'm
out
gonna
of here.
let him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you-
gonna let him if
You
I
know,
have this.
you know your drink limit before you suck a dick.
Yeah.
It's 7.
I was shit faced though. I can't believe I made it out of that.
That's
'Cause
amazing.
I
Yeah.
was like, I just have to go to sleep.
Really
man.
shows you the power of homophobia.
Yeah.
In the moment, you're like, I am so frightened of getting.
It's so funny because if it was
having
just
sex
some big
with a guy.
sloppy broad, I would have been like, yeah, you lose some, you know?
Well, you know, it's so funny though. I think because of comedians, because of guys like Jim Norton, you know, talking about trans and dating, being and we. I mean, one night we were at the table with everybody, and we just went around the table giving our molestation stories. Keith called it getting whacked by Uncle Fester, and and it was like you realize that you're not unique.
Right.
It's not a unique thing. It is crazy. It's not a good thing, but that's like a dark cloud that you carry around.
Yeah.
But when you hear somebody else go, and I'm like, oh, happened to me, and it's all of a sudden it's not funny, but it's funny.
It is
yeah.
kind of funny.
That it's funny. I mean, Patricia's hilarious, but you know, like Manny had one.
Oh, wow.
Gnome had. It was just
No
like
shit.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, you're not so unique that this stuff does happen.
Yeah.
And it's not the end of your life type thing.
Does that terrify you as a dad though? Because I think about that all the time. Where like our job is to like get them through without like
I mean,
unscathed.
I've already told you that I'm like, I have trouble walking to the fucking bagel shop with her because of how dangerous New York City
Yeah,
is
yeah.
with a toddler. I'm terrified.
No, just
to
like
get to
like
that
my
point.
son, my youngest right now is in like preschool daycare for the first time.
Yeah.
He just started. And like now, and they send us updates all the time. My wife went there, crew went there. Like we're very familiar. We have a long-standing relationship with these people, but still, it's just in the back of your mind where
yeah.
you're like, your whole fucking job is to protect them, and you can't be with them at all times.
don't-
So at some
I
point, you
don't
have to
think-
let go of control, I guess.
You have a girl, which I think would be harder for me. I have a boy, but now he's 12,
Yeah.
and let me tell you something. When they hit puberty,
Yeah.
and when that becomes a thing, it's it's hard because you don't, I grew up in the 70s and 80s where you weren't talked to about sex.
Yeah.
Men didn't talk to you. Women would talk, girls would talk to, because stuff happens, they get the period and blah, blah.
Yeah.
They have to be explained what happens.
Well, they have to warn them about men.
Well, they have to tell them, like,
It's
hey,
like how black people learn about slavery first.
Well,
like I learned about it in 4th grade. My black friend learned about it when he was 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's all not true.
Right. And I'm reading that in a new book called Night.
So I've had to have these moments, and my wife is like, "You got to go talk to your son."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I came out one morning and she's like, "Talk to him. You got to talk to your kid." And I'm like, "What?" And I went over on the couch, and he's in those pajama bottoms that all the kids wear, and he's just got a boner, but he has his iPhone on his boner, and he's just scrolling through TikTok, and I was like, talk to him about what? Like being a genius? Like, that's the smartest. This is the greatest thing I've ever. I've never thought of that.
Use it while you got it, buddy. It's a viable stand.
But he's, I don't think you can control them. I don't think if you go too far. Like, if I go too far with my kid, I feel like he's going to want to pull away.
Totally.
I feel like if I can kind of shepherd him a little more and let him talk to me a lot more, let him do a lot of the talking.
Yeah.
He does it a lot. And in that conversation, I'll be like, you don't want to do that. You want to be respectful. You don't want to say these things in front of a girl. You want to make sure like he's been with like a girl where I think it's important for him to come to me and he can be as honest as he wants to be. Yeah. He's told me, like, he was with a girl that was a couple years older, and she tried to, get down.
Yeah.
I go, all right, well, what did you do? My immediate response, well, you can't do that.
Right.
I didn't do that. I go, what did you do? And he's like, I ran out of there, Dad. I didn't want to do it. And I was like, well, you did the good thing, man. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
you shouldn't do it. Plus, she's a redhead. You don't want your first one to be a redhead.
That's bad. You get 9 calls from redheads next week.
I don't want one of those in the family.
No, I'm trying to get to that place as well where, like, my son is almost naturally a little reserved and naturally kind of not secretive at all, but like a little protective of his own ideas and what he wants to tell people.
Right.
But I've made it a point constantly to just be like, whatever it is, you're never in trouble. Like, anything that you need to talk to me about, I'll hide a body, dude. I don't give a shit. Like, whatever you need.
Trust is the most important thing you can have with your kid. And I don't know how it would be. I think my wife would probably be more with a girl, but it's probably just as important too, because my kid the other day, he called us up. I'm going, where are you going? I'm going downtown. I was like, okay. And my wife was like, well, I was like, just let him go. And then he called us. He goes, hey, I made a hair appointment in Bedford. I'm going to take the train over to Bedford. And she's like, what? And I'm like, let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go. Took the train down, got a hair appointment. And then when he came back, he came back and I was sitting down with him, talking to him about it. He's like, Dad, I want to be honest. I didn't pay for the train on the way back. And I was like, did the guy catch you? He's like, no. I'm like, I'm cool with that. He's like, you are? And I'm like, buddy, it's one stop. If you go into Grand Central, and then I'm like, you should always I'll make sure you have a little money, have a couple tickets in there just in case you do.
Right.
If you can say, hey, here you go. But like, for him to be able to tell me he did something, first of all, to have the moral compass, to know that you did something bad.
Right.
And number 2, to come to me, of all people, to come to your dad and go, he might be fucking pissed at this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell him.
Have you guys, sorry.
No, but I think that trust, to be able to be honest with you, no matter what, is the most important thing, I think, at a certain age.
Yeah.
My daughter's too honest with me right now. She tells me she doesn't like me every day.
What the fuck?
That's just because of our
But
divorce.
it's also levels. Like, it's...
That's just what she's telling her to say.
Yeah.
All right,
now practice.
You
don't like him.
Get the cue cards because you're not remembering this.
Say, I want to live with Mom.
I have a new dad.
When does that start in terms of, because like your daughter is 2 going on 3, or did she turn 3?
Yeah,
2.5. Like my son is 6, 7, but he's going to be 7, and you know we're already getting into like more and more complicated talks.
You're going to get into the point now where he's going to. This is the point, like 7, 8, where they, you know,
They're kind of like, what's going on down here?
it's like, what is
yeah.
this? You know what I mean? And you might walk into a room and you have a sleepover with a friend, and they got their ding dings out or something like that, and. You know, stuff, you know,
I was doing that.
They just don't know what it
same.
is.
What a
Yeah, well,
nightmare.
you don't know what it is, and you don't know gay, straight, sex. You don't know anything about it. So it's
You're just showing each other.
it's
Hey, I got
just,
this. What about you?
Yeah, you just don't. If they're 69, you might want to break that up. you don't need completion. But you know, but it's all that stuff is. It's just, you know, it's when you get into the age where, you know, my son right now could have sex with somebody if he wanted to.
Right.
And that I remember being that young and having sex at his age. So the fact that he hasn't had sex, that he's
Crazy.
It's a victory for you already.
Well, it's a victory for him.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's progressing in the right way. And I slip stuff in all the time. Like, listen, 18
It's just a funny way to say that after talking about sex.
I slip stuff in all the time.
as soon as he leaves, you know, I always try to slip stuff in, like you know, hey, man, 18 is a great age to, you know, if you're gonna start being a little more sexual with somebody. And I tell him, I go, pregnancy, bro, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
And if you get somebody pregnant, not only do you responsible for if she wants to keep it and have a baby, you're responsible for that kid.
Yeah.
Now you have to, whatever dreams you have are going to have to put on hold to take care. Like I have to take care of you.
Yeah.
My dreams of success and fame died when you were born. And that's why I do 15 podcasts.
Every day. Every day I do.
why Dad's on Patreon.
Yeah, that's why I have to fucking digital beg.
Hey, everybody. If you're not aware, we are now taking calls from you, the listeners.
That's right. You're a direct participant in our show now because we've run out of personal content to give you.
So please give us a call at
646-598-2417.
and we will pick your voicemail and we'll play it on the pod and we'll answer it. And hopefully everybody feels better.
That's right. Yeah. So ask us for advice. We can settle a debate. You can start a debate between us.
You can just vent.
Dad questions. I would love a vent, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. We
You
have
wanna
some,
just
we have
tell
some
us-
real personal ones, too. And
I would love it.
I love that.
If you told me some wins maybe you had over your wife, that'd be
If you're
Boy.
a guy and you won an argument or a situation over your wife, call in. It's the win line. 646-598-2417.
yeah.
So do you like the thing that I'm interested in because I do similarly where I like my version is a little different. Like I look at my son, he's 6, and I look at him and I'm like, man, I was like years into getting hit at this point, years in. Yeah, and obviously he's not even, we're not touching him in that way. It's not even close. But I am always using my life as kind of like a benchmark versus his, even though I'm not like vocally saying that.
Yeah,
like
okay,
I'm not being like, hey, you wanna know what my
okay.
dad used to do? Like I'm not letting him know. But in my mind, I'm like, all right, if I can kind of like push this or push this a little bit later or bring this lesson in earlier, maybe he'll be more well-rounded. Do you use yourself as that kind of a reference bank?
I didn't have, I had an abusive stepfather too. Used to, you know, really fucking put it to me from like first to kindergarten to 5th grade. So, you know, I mean, I think first grade was the first time I got hit. And then, you know, what I would do is I would look at him in first or second grade and be like, I couldn't imagine laying hands on this.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine laying hands on this beautiful little guy. So, you know, I don't think, I've never hit my kid. My wife's never hit. Not to say I haven't wanted to.
Right.
Give him a smack on the ass for something. You know, the thing that I've worked on in the last few years is my mother and my stepfather. I have this Irish Catholic fucking temper.
Yeah.
So I've had to really give him permission to tell me to hey, you're getting too loud. Where I'm like, and I have to go, all right, okay, all right, I'm gonna say it. You know what I mean? So I think that it is if you're not willing to, I think dads think that you have to be the dad. When you have a kid, you're just a dad, and you're just that guy. I think dads have to be liquid. I think you have to be able to adapt to each stage of his life, and you have to whatever part of you that sucks, you have to fix that and make an effort to fix that part. I think you're growing with him. At least me. I'm growing as a dad with him because I didn't have anybody I didn't have that fucking John Wayne guy,
right?
Like where you have my dad. I didn't have that. I had a bunch of guys like that. I've taken from my Jewish foster father affection and compassion. I've taken from my second stepdad Larry, songs and music and being in dinner time and breakfast time. We have breakfast every morning. I wake up at 6. Every morning, no matter what time I got in, and we have breakfast, and then I walk him to the bus stop. Doesn't cold, whatever. We walk. Yeah. And we hang out in the rain, snow, heat, and we talk, and he gives me a kiss on the cheek, and I say, be good, say hi to the bus driver, good morning, stuff like that, every morning. And, at dinner, we sit down for dinner. I took that from him. I've taken from 5 of my uncles. I've taken certain things. So I never had that one guy who gave me all I needed to know. So, but as I'm with him, I'm like, oh, I don't have to be the perfect dad because I don't know if that exists. I can adapt to become a better dad each year of his life to be for him. You know what I mean?
Well, what a great outlook, because a lot of dudes think that consistency is the only way, where you have to remain the same no matter what, same in authority, same in rules, same in whatever. But I agree with you. Like, my big problem with my dad was like, he never updated his operating system.
Right.
Like, he was a really decent father from 0 to 4.
Right.
Really good dad, was always there. I remember this stuff and like really having a good relationship with him, but he only looked at us through the guise of us being small children.
Right.
So he would get more and more frustration when we would have intellectual autonomy and try to argue back with our own point of view or whatever. And he'd just be like, what the fuck? And immediately feel disrespected that we were just our own person.
That is a thing, though. There is a fine line. Like my son will, start saying stuff to me that I go, that's for your friends. I'm your father. Like, he'll call me, he goes, dude. I go, no. Dad. You don't call me dude. You don't call me dude ever. I'm going to be your dad for the rest of your life. I go, there is a fine line between,
He's like, but it's the name of your podcast.
But they get too comfortable. Because I think that comic dads are so cool that they do get a little comfortable, and I think you have to be the dad. You can't become his buddy.
Totally. I totally agree.
I'm not your friend. I'm your father. I'm here to shepherd you through these times to where you can go and be on your own and do your thing. And you get to come back to me with what you need. Yeah. But, I don't like people who are friends with their kids. Right. Because I think that's bad for them. I think,
Yeah, I can attest. My mom was like a roommate.
Yeah.
Like, I called my mom Anita. I did not, it was not.
So good, dude.
I was like, Anita. And I had full autonomy.
I need another bag of chips.
Yeah.
Anita, you want red or white wine?
Yeah, it was kind of that. Pour me another glass of Chardonnay. I'm staring at my checkbook and grimacing at the kitchen table.
I mean, my son tries to go with the like brother said, and like and just bust my balls. And like, it's funny to a point, but then sometimes he'll be like, bruh, and it's the same way where I'm like, I'm not your fucking bruh.
Well, the thing is too, the hard part is that when you're dealing with a wife, right? Because she,
I don't know.
I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
The thing, I mean,
Andy, for next time.
Yeah.
No, you know too, because she's doing this over here.
Yeah.
And you're doing this over here. And you'll come together and say, like, we have a hard time with my wife. It's funny. She'll ask him 7 times to do something. Yeah. Until she goes, Maximus, you got to, and like, all right.
Yeah.
You taught him that. You taught him that. The dog is the perfect example. she'll go, Doodles, Doodles. And the dog's like, go fuck yourself. I go, Doodles. Comes right to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not comparing a child to a dog, but he knows that I'm taking his phone.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
It's an authoritative tone.
go, but it's with a consequence. He knows the consequence is coming. I go, Max, you have 5 seconds to get up here, right? And he'll be like, what? And I go, 1, 2. And by 5, he's up there.
Yeah.
Because he knows that he's getting his phone taken away for a little bit. And he doesn't want that. So, but she'll be like, Max, you got to get up here.
Right.
Max, you got to get up. And then we'll have meetings about and talks about it. And she'll be like, all right. And it's like, I'm never going to change her. I can't I have to worry. You have to worry about you.
Yeah.
You can't change your wife.
No, it's also okay for them to have a different relationship with your kid.
Whatever you built this relationship. He doesn't listen to you because of you.
Right.
Right? I can't make you. And we had a lot of fights. We had the talk.
Yeah.
And you said you were gonna. You know, it does not work. You only can worry about your side of the road as a parent. That's it, and worry about your relationship with the kid. Because if you try to force her to do your thing, and there's been points too where I'm like, he likes me way better than her.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, if like me and her get into a fight, he steps in front of me now. And my son's bigger than me now.
Yeah.
He's 12. He's got a size 12 shoe.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's a big boy.
He's pre-man, and so he's going to be a big. And his voice is changing, and the whole thing.
Yeah,
right?
he's got a full patch down there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? All right,
he's got a merkin.
So, but he at puberty young, he's going to be a big guy. But he'll step in front of me and go, Dad, you can't talk to Mom like that. And you know where he got that from? He got it from me.
Yeah.
Can't talk to your mom. And I'm like, okay. And I immediately. I know guys will be like, you don't fucking tell me.
Yeah, this is my house.
I
pay
my
for
wife.
everything.
Immediately go,
Dude, yeah.
you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm going to step back, blah, blah. That's where I know that he's got a relationship with her that is something different than mine.
100%. Yeah, my wife is kind of dealing with that now because she's similarly like, she disciplines for sure, but I'm weirdly the disciplinarian in the sense that I'm more of like, all right, we do this, this, and this. I'm a little more regimented with things, and I definitely have more consequences in the moment.
Yeah.
Whereas she's a little more, we have an electric fence, but it tends to move acreage. It just kind of randomly will go into other people's yards every now and again, so you're not sure where it ends. And so that but they do have their own thing where like some things that he doesn't feel for whatever reason, and it's okay. I have an ego check about it though. Sometimes I have to check myself from getting angry or not angry, but jealous of their relationship where like he feels comfortable to say something to her that he doesn't want to tell me yet. And like,
she gets jealous of my relationship a lot.
Totally.
And I've had to have a talk with her and be like, listen, you can have whatever relationship you want, you can have with him. I've done the work on this side for him to trust me. He's also a boy.
Yeah.
Things he doesn't want to talk to you. You should be like, okay, I understand that. But I just want to say this. I fucked up a lot. Like I've made a lot of mistakes as a dad. I am not a perfect dad. I've fucked up a lot. But the thing that I think is important is that you own those mistakes
Sorry.
Are we done?
Parking.
Are we done?
As somebody who's trying to own his mistake,
That'd be
I'm sorry for
hilarious
that.
if you guys just both turn to the camera and go, and that's the show. And that was it. That would be the best
right, Bob.
podcast ever.
Thanks, buddy.
That's your time.
But you make me leave and you guys keep talking.
We just keep going. We're like,
As you're leaving, we're like, so what did you guys think about Bobby?
No, but I think it's important because we have this thing that I'm going to say, I have this thing where I had such a fucked up childhood with parenting. I had to be the perfect dad because of what I had. And when I failed, I felt like I failed forever. And I don't believe parenting, at least for me, is a perfect thing. And then anytime you talk to somebody else, they're like, oh, it's like, wow, they're off. It's like when you talk to other couples. Oh,
Yeah.
we have sex all the time.
Yeah.
Do ya? Do ya? Do ya?
That's great.
Do ya? No, yeah. Do you have? It's like everybody's thing is different.
Yeah.
Everybody's approach is different. Big J's approach was different than Lewis's approach.
Yeah.
And I mean, Louis's approach was different. My approach is different. It's because I'm doing it. So I had to really understand that I'm going to fuck up. I have fucked up, but I just want to try to fix those mess ups as I go and evolve from it and have the relationship. Because you only got, I mean, dude, I only have 6 more years left.
I know.
That's crazy.
It goes
It
by
makes me
fast.
so fucking emotional. My phone, our phones obviously know when we're on the road or something like that, but it is like an algorithmic tick down, time down until my son turns 18. Like every time it's like, and I remember when it was these days and now it's this
You're talking about
day.
the pictures that pop up?
Yeah, and it's just a kid waving goodbye as they walk into their dorm and they're like, never see you again, fuck off. And you're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I think that thing about being the perfect parent, it's like, for me, it was like, I realized one day if I just show up, like I'm present, and also I don't have anything intellectual with her right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we can talk about her favorite color. We can talk about, like, did she have fun at Disneyland? Whatever it is, but it's not going to be like, are you scared? Why are you scared? You know, are you mad about this type of thing? But like, when I started to take my daughter out by myself, and like last year, like I'd take her to my parents' house for like a week, and I'd be like terrified because it's like just me in the car with her, and like I don't, we're on the fucking turnpike, and it's like if she shits her pants, I'm like fucking losing it. But then all of a sudden, it was just like, oh wait, all I do is I just show up, and if I'm present with her, it's like I'm doing a great job.
Yeah. Well, and also understanding the initial fear of any of that stuff will eventually be gone by the 4th and 5th time you do it.
Yeah.
It's like all of this is so momentary. It's like it goes back to just like the sadness of the fact that like they will move out one day. They will do like all these phases. The only reason I know time exists is because I have a kid. Before my kid, I was just living and I didn't really understand life benchmarks. But now that there's phases and they're growing through things and things fucking end, he no longer says dada. He doesn't say buckaball about basketball. Like all those things existed when he was little and now they're fucking done. Yeah. Never, and they only live on in pictures. It only lives on in memories. And it really like, it can be sad, but it's also about appreciating the moment. But the thing that you're saying that is really like resonating that I love and was not a part of my childhood, but is now a part of my parenting is the apology. Yeah. The apology is so huge, and fucking up and just being like, hey, I fucked up. Like that was my bad. That sets them up for a lifetime of potential relationships with people.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, I hate it. I hate when, I don't expect people to be perfect. I expect you to fuck up in my relationship, friendship, work relationship, whatever. Just own it. Yeah. Just own it, say sorry, and fix it. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way I look at it. Like, I'm going to own it as quickly as possible and try to fix it. And I might not fix it right. It's going to take a little minute. Yeah. I might fuck up again. But progressively, I get better and better at it. And it's like, it's a big thing, too, with kids. I had it back in the 70s and 80s, probably too much, that they protect their kids like antique cars. They just keep them covered in the parking garage, and then they'll show people at parties. Look under here. It's like, isn't it perfect?
Yeah.
You like my kid going, I remember my kid when he was real young, I was going on the roof to fix something. And he's like, I want to come. And I'm like, okay, climb up the ladder. He was on the ladder in hysteric crying, holding on. And I kept going, you don't have to do it. But if you want to, you can do it. And he kept going. And she was like, I'm like, let him figure it out. Yeah. And he fucking cried. Took one step, and it was so, and then all of a sudden he got up to the roof and he just grabbed me in tears. Yeah. And then he's just walking around the edge. Right. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, dude, I'm afraid of heights. Don't go to the edge. Don't go to the edge, because I'm afraid of heights. But it's like, you gotta let your kid go take a walk, go on the train by yourself. He made an appointment by himself. You gotta let your kid have that freedom to fail and get hurt and whatever. You can't just fucking go to the park. Yeah. And you know what? Do something stupid. I hope you don't, but if you do something stupid and the cops come and you'll learn that lesson. Yeah. The scars of life shows, it's like at the end of your life, you lived a goddamn life. A lot of these kids, I go to I used to take Max to the park, and these parents would just be sitting there with their phones, not playing.
Crazy.
Just watching. Don't do that. Stop that. Get off this. Let him get up there. Let him fall off the thing. So he knows that metal hurts your head when you hit it. You know, I think that's an important thing too.
That's the hardest thing for me is letting her get hurt.
Well, I wouldn't do it with a girl.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Now I feel better.
But that's like the park is a really great example because that's also where you find like who, and obviously every day is different for other people, but you really find like who wants to be a parent. And like who got into it because they were super excited about it.
The best thing I've ever seen, I was at, you know, the Cellar, the park over near the Cellar?
Yeah, yeah.
I used to take Max.
The one on 6th?
Yeah. So I used to go to the Cellar with Max and then take him over to the park. And I'm sitting there with him and like 3 other people's kids. And I'm running around being the monster.
Yeah.
And they're running. And then I just look at most of the parents are sitting there like this on their phones.
I hate that.
And looking up once
That's
in a
so
while.
fucking sad.
And then at one point I looked over and there was a kid, you know, the jungle, and he made his way to the middle. And he's a little kid.
Yeah.
And he got to the middle realizing I'm not going to make it. And he's just hanging. And the draw, I'm looking at the guy and he's on his phone. And the kid's going, Dad, Dad,
my God.
Dad. And I had to go, yo, bro, your kid's going to die. And he went, oh.
Yeah.
And like saved him at the last second. It's like, you fucking idiot, man.
But it's it's a drug, like for sure. And it should bring, like when I was fucked up drinking and I'd miss days, like this was before I had kids, but like I'd feel bad about it. I felt bad that I like missed days because I was hungover or fucked up or whatever. But people don't have that same guilt when it comes to their phone because they've convinced themselves it's like eating, that they need it. It's part of their work. It's whatever. But like I have similar shame that I did with drinking, drugs, whatever, with the phone, where it's like if I find myself getting pulled into it
in front of them, yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I didn't get into this life to look at fucking LeBron James highlights.
My dad was looking at other moms. He wasn't looking at the phone.
Prospective moms.
Well, like I caught, you know, when they get a little older and they do get into their penises.
Sure.
You know, it's so like when I was a kid, porn was a magazine.
Yeah.
You know, we had
Oh my God.
You had to get a photo.
Yeah, you're entering.
They did not have. Porn was like, you know, dark magic.
When
like
I got,
stuff, you know, like a video, you could like didn't exist.
when I got porn on the internet for the first time, I mean, it was like 2 hours for like a picture to upload.
Yeah.
And I would sit there for 2
Watch
hours.
it load down, and then it would somehow go back up to her neck,
Dude,
and you're like, what the fuck?
My porn genre is like
Slow loading JPEGs.
It's story based because I grew up on Lady Chatterley. Like on HBO. You know, where they had to eat a whole dinner and then dance and then go out to the courtyard.
Oh, you would love Wuthering Heights.
Jerking off to the bromance.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's such
dude.
a beautiful spread.
I would jerk off to kissing. Like they have to. You know?
I mean, buddy, I did just jerk off to kissing. I saw Jacob Elordi stick his fucking finger in Margot Robbie's mouth on a reel, and I blasted.
But the kids now, like I found one of his other friends, this other piece of shit kid.
Yeah.
You know, because you got to be careful of the other parents, and he showed him porn, and I went to his I go to his thing every day. I check his, and I went and woof. I mean, he had some of my things up there. You know? Actually cut and copied and sent a couple of those videos
In an incognito tab.
Airdrop.
This is a good one right here. But I had to go, listen, man, I understand you can't, it's degrading women. This is not a good thing. You don't want sex this is not what it's about, dude.
Right.
You don't want to start off here, you know. And I said, listen, you can never go on these sites again. I'm checking your stuff. So then I went to his YouTube page, and it was all chicks with booties on the back of motorcycles.
Nice.
It was just
That's
I was like,
great.
I went thumbs up, dude. Thumbs up.
Yeah, that's
tasteful.
fine.
Yeah, like you.
Booties on the back of motorcycles? Hell yeah, dude.
Let's start there.
He's a butt guy.
He searched for man show credits, and it's just girls jumping on trampolines.
I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Because he is a boy, and his sexuality is gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for kids now because when I was a kid, you started out with a Playboy.
Yeah.
Or you started out with like Stand By Me or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
something that was like
Yeah,
romantic.
there was
you know?
a progression to
the
it.
Wonder Years.
And now they have access
And
to
now
scat play immediately.
It's right. Yeah, it's right to fucking ass play. It's just right to bondage. It's like it's like I
Build
feel
yourself up.
Yeah, you have to because you'll get desensitized to it.
Yeah.
They'll get desensitized to sex. And I want you to when you kiss for the first time should be like what the fuck.
Yeah.
And when you touch a boob for the first time must be like holy shit.
Right.
And you'll take that away. I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think like that's all the stuff that I want for my daughter is like to not like drugs and alcohol especially. Like I don't want her to have that childhood that was so like from like age 12 up. I was like we got to get beer, we got to get pot, we got to do something bad, and it was like. I meet some of these kids and it's like, there's like a lot of negative shit to say about somebody who's like brought up fundamental and some other, but they also have like they're like, we would go to summer camp every year and whatever. Like, we just loved getting together and they're more well adjusted to, the fortitude is there.
Yeah, it's honestly why I find sports so important, and I just talk about this ad nauseum, but I do feel like the tactile experience of being out in the world with other people, trying to accomplish a common goal is like such a huge thing to both, formative and also just to like get away from this shit. Like just to have part of your life outside of the phone, outside of the internet, outside of like even school or anything like that.
I never not have him in a sport.
Yeah.
He's football to wrestling to lacrosse and jiu-jitsu every week.
That's great.
He's always in a sport because it teaches him to be competitive, which I think is important.
Totally.
I think trying to win something and learning how to lose is huge. But you're around this group of people trying to accomplish something, and it's really, and it sucks up energy.
Yeah.
Too. I know I go to some people's houses and their kids are just on iPads.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy.
Now I understand that, I understand you don't care, but there is something that they're learning. But to get out and be in the world, be in the weather, the elements, and have to, put on the thing and get the helmet and be nervous and be scared and win a game and feel the joy of that, lose something, feel the terribleness of that. That's why, like, even in the summer when sports is kind of dead, we go, I get shit all the time because I take the summer off.
I wish, man. That sounds so great.
I just
That sounds so fucking great.
Those are our weekends, man.
Yeah, that's when I really am humming.
Atlanta, August 5th.
Well, I'll tell you, who said it to me? Ari Shafir said, I figured out my bills, how much money I had to make for the year.
Yeah.
And then everything else was gravy. So I just went and did the math. I figured out my bills, what I had to make. And I booked what I had to make, tried to, between September and May.
Yeah.
And I realized I could do it. I could work clubs that I do well at.
Yeah.
And work clubs that I like.
Yeah.
And then try to fill in the gap somewhere.
Yeah.
And then in August, July and August, I can take off and go be with my family.
Yeah, I want to do that next year.
Yeah, I don't. And in the summer for me, I'm not famous enough to, get people away from their fucking lake house.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not.
I played the Carlton, whatever, in Rochester, and I get there and I go, "There's 6 people here. What are we doing?"
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh yeah, everybody does the lake all summer."
Lake Canandaigua is
and
amazing.
I go, I flew here from Barcelona. And they go, yeah, we don't know what to tell you. I flew from Barcelona to Rochester. It was the saddest thing that ever happened.
There's no need for me to be somewhere in fucking July with fucking 30 people in a room.
Yeah.
And I hate when they come up, nah, dude, this is the beer fest week.
Yeah.
What?
Or when they give you the sadder ones where they're like, it's the butterfly convention. You're like, I don't think my people chose the butterfly convention. Yeah.
There's a big stamp convention in town this week. I don't know. Yeah, it's so, but it's good for me. But the important thing is that he gets away. He goes up into the country. I take him to the city.
Yeah.
Like the other night we're at the cellar. He's like, I want a drink. I go to the store and get one. And John Joff was like, you're going to let him walk to the store? I'm like, yeah, it's down the corner. He goes, yeah, but it's Saturday night. It's 11 o'clock. I go, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts out there.
Yeah.
And he's going to walk, and I go, keep your head on a swivel. Anybody fucks with you, run back here.
Yeah.
And he Yeah, all right, no problem. No fear.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him the fear of that, but then I'll bring him up to the country and we're, fishing every day. He's in a boat. I got him a little boat with a little electric engine that he's just taking off on.
That's awesome.
We shoot guns all the time. And he went to like a hunting course. He took a survival course. He goes to camp like for a few weeks. So he's doing all this stuff up there, and then we go back to the city, and then we're out in the suburbs. He's kind of learning how people are all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that I try to not do, like he's definitely like politics stuff. Kid, I didn't know about politics till fucking a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? It's like when I grew up, we didn't talk.
Yeah.
You didn't. It was all sports. Girls, fucking friends, and stupid shit. But now because of social media, like kids are coming in and saying, I'm this. Because their parents.
Yeah.
And I go, dude, listen, I know you think you know. You don't know what I am. You don't know what your mother is. You don't need to know any of that stuff right now. All you need to know is a moral compass.
This
how to
country is
treat people.
white.
This is a white ethno state.
Listen, he knows that from the call of the basketball team at his school.
Jesus Christ. We do have to go to a voicemail really quick. We take a voicemail, give advice back.
Ooh, multimedia.
Look at us. We do it in a green room.
So my girl gave birth to our son about a month ago, and she's already on the countdown right now for about 2 weeks left before we can start having sex again. And I guess I'm curious. She has had kids before,
Oh, boy.
but I wasn't in the picture then. I'm doing the stepdad thing, so you get that high price puss on the discount shelf kind of thing. But anyway,
Fair point, guys.
she's excited and looking forward to reconnecting sexually with me in that regard. Not that we haven't been doing like a bunch of junior high hand job things every now and then. But I guess I'm nervous because I don't really know what it's going to look like down there. The last time I saw it up close and personal, a human life was crawling out from it.
Yep.
And I know that there's stitches and stuff they put in there and clamping down. I don't know. I don't want to look down and I guess I'm scared. I want to know what I should do. Do you go down on them first to kind of get the lay of the land, or do you avoid going down on them and just try to? I have a hard time shoving, my dick into
I know who
just
this
some
is.
sort of a weird hole.
I
It seems,
recognize the voice.
especially when there's stitches and clamps and that fear of a surgical tool always being left behind.
Nope.
But
nope.
I guess I'm leaning towards the idea of going down on her first.
No,
and
don't
see
do
what's
it.
up there. But the
Mentally.
thing's
I mean,
gonna
that's
look
like-
Frankenstein's monster.
That's like going to visit a good friend after a car accident.
It's almost
They
like
don't look the same.
Don't look at it.
And you go down on him. He seems the same.
Yeah.
I did not. My estranged wife did not have a vaginal birth, so you guys. Are
She
the
didn't want to
authorities.
ruin that Hollywood puss.
Yeah, she wanted to. She wanted to do what she's doing now, and she wanted to get back out there.
Oh, this is my favorite podcast. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mine didn't either.
Yeah.
She got cut open.
Okay.
Mine did. Mine
Yours
did.
did.
And let me tell you something, son. Yeah, I saw the whole kit and caboodle. I was there when it came out.
You saw the explosion at the Flavor Factory.
I saw too much. I saw too much.
Yeah, I didn't even. Some people
And-
look over the curtain during the. You looked over the curtain, right?
The C-section?
Yeah.
No, they pulled the curtain down and then lifted the boy into the light, and then I saw things splayed all over the place that I wish I didn't.
I didn't even. I stayed on. I was not trying to see that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is disgusting. But seeing,
A vagina.
the guy, it's very like people. Birth is beautiful. It's not. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Seeing my wife have a head and a vagina and then a poop come out.
Oh yeah, that happens.
It's you don't get past that.
Yeah.
And then when you do have sex again, it's not the same. It's different. And you this is what happens with the you put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're worried about what other people have said or thought or things that, this is what you, and this is how you, and it's beautiful and it's not. It's having a child is fucking tough and disgusting and gross. And when you see all that stuff, it fucks you up. And to pretend that it doesn't is fucking crazy to me.
Right.
But when you do have sex again, and we had it like 6 weeks or 8 weeks after, you have to just do it. You're having sex to get, if you don't do it, what happens is you become more afraid of it, and the pressure builds. It's like when you don't call somebody for a while, and you're like, oh shit. And then you're just like, I'm not friends with them anymore.
Right.
Because to call them is too much.
Then you have to relitigate everything, go over it.
And then when you do call them, they're like, what's up, man? Hey, sorry, I didn't call. Don't worry about it, bro. I know you're busy. And it's like, oh my God, I would have called you so much sooner. I thought you were going to. So it's kind of like that. And then look at I do not suggest going down there and looking at it and not seeing it because you might see something that might gross you out. You might see a stitch. You might see, and that will visually might fuck you up for a minute. I say wait. Wait. You can have sex. Yeah. But don't go down there and investigate it. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck?
With a minor's
helmet. You don't want to. And then if she's like, well, go down on me, be like, I'll do it in complete darkness of night.
Put a blanket over my head.
I'll put some fucking aluminum foil on the windows.
Yeah. I think the toughest thing for us, and I don't know if you guys had that, but it was like with breastfeeding, it can kind of like throw them into fucked up places with, kind of trying to compartmentalize stuff. And granted, I'm not trying to feed from her nipples, but it's like, you graze the areas, you go to this thing. It's like 1 second she has a kid sucking her tits and the next a 40-year-old's clawing at them. Yeah. It could like fuck them up.
Well, it goes to show what pieces of shit humans are. Yeah. I mean, literally our bodies were made, we're supposed to put, I used to have a joke in my act about it. I mean, breasts are for feeding children. Yeah. But we turned them into monkey makers where we're just like, licking them and sucking them and fucking them. It's like,
monkey makers.
It's like that. It's like breasts are to feed children. A vagina is to put your semen in and to have a child come out. And then we're kind of supposed to be done.
Right, but did we ask God to make it so wet and so comfortable and so big and so fun?
He did put a stink on it to keep you away.
And some of us like that more.
We licked that stink right off.
Some of us like a little. Is that wasabi?
We want to lick.
The back of my head hurts.
We want to lick and suck and fuck every hole on a.
Yeah.
We're just. It's. I think just sex in general after you have a baby, it is a little hard, but you should just get over it. You got to just get in there and go to war and figure it out.
Yeah,
just go to war, man.
It gets war. I tell you what, now my wife's going through menopause now, and that's a whole, you guys aren't hitting that.
No, not yet.
When that happens.
I'm never going to hit that.
Is that the drying?
That's why
the great
I got
drying?
Out.
Yeah, that's the potato famine.
That's the Carson City dust storm.
There's blight. Or is it blight? What is it?
Yeah.
Blight.
Yeah, it's blight.
Yeah, dude. It's a whole other, because, it's weird because I, kind of physically got my shit together at the same time she was going through starting menopause. So it's like, I'm kind of, I wake up with rods again and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I want nothing to do with you right now. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, well, do I get a what am I doing with
then
this?
Do I get a prostitute? Do I?
Well, it's another tough thing that you, like, if you don't have sex for a while and you just keep putting it off and put it off, it's so much harder to do it. Yeah. And there's a good book called the Kosher Sutra. It's a rabbi wrote it about, like your wife shouldn't walk around.
So not the Karma Sutra, the Kosher Sutra.
Kosher Sutra. It's about relationships, and one of the things he's like, "Hey man, your wife shouldn't be walking around with her boobs out, or she shouldn't take a pee. A pee in front of you. Because you'll desensitize yourself to her. And she'll just be a roommate." When you see her boobs, you should be like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen those in a minute." You know what I mean? If you look over and she's taking a dump, "Hey, what do you want for breakfast?" it's going to desensitize you.
I'm into it, man.
Oh,
I have
God.
no problem sharing space and showing each other everything.
Well,
I'm into it.
I get desensitized quick with shit, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, you know, we're in that spot now where it's like, I said to her the other day, hey, are we going to have sex again? She's like, we will. I'm like, all right.
What a funny answer.
But most guys go, you know what, fuck her. Fuck
Right,
that. You know,
right.
and you gotta, and I want you to want me. But she wants to be wanted.
Yeah.
Which fucking stinks.
Yeah, there's nothing
Because
worse.
you like you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, I want you to want me. So you
Right.
you gotta push through that shit. And it stinks. Like I remember, hey, we're having sex tonight, and it might last a minute or whatever. Like, we're just doing it. And we did it. And you just get through it.
Yeah.
Because you gotta, it's almost like making that just make the dumb phone call and
Yeah,
get through
right.
it. Because you can get twisted in sex with your wife.
Totally.
After a baby.
Totally.
And after being together for a while. And it can get away to where something might suck that didn't have to suck.
Yeah. No, my wife and I have had very frank and honest conversations about it throughout the process because not only with like, is it post baby, but it's post 2. So like my 6-year-old, he's like up and at 'em and can come in the room anytime. So it's like, it's a different thing. So we've had to have like, you know, mask off conversations about what we're feeling, why we're frustrated or angry or upset. And sometimes they're really hard and they can get into, you know, they can cause fights and conflict, but then you talk fucking through it because you realize you're like, marriage and being with somebody isn't isn't conditional, or if it is, it's not going to work. Sorry to look at you while I said that, but
Sorry.
but you know,
I'm the happiest I've ever been.
and I'm so happy for you. I'm
Thank
the
you.
happiest I've ever been for you.
Thank you, buddy.
So
You
but
really
it's-
are glowing.
I know.
Really. Holy shit.
You said that the other day. You were like, you wanted to be like, are you okay? And you were like, but you seem like you're really doing well.
I haven't seen you cackle in years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
back. Andy's back.
Fantastic.
The glow is
All
back.
you do is drop that anchor off and fucking swim to shore.
It's funny because I dropped it off of a yacht. I have a rowboat, but
Dropped off of Air Force One.
yeah,
I'll tell you
I
something,
fucking-
too. Look, I saw her. She's doing great, too.
yeah, she's doing awesome.
She seems real well.
Yeah, she's doing great. Hey, we
she's-
don't have to go that far.
I mean, her career's taken off.
Yeah, that's okay.
But all I meant to say is like those conversations.
Is that a visual of 2 anchors holding each other down and letting go and then
Bottom of the
floating to the
ocean,
top?
pissed at each other.
Yeah, you realize that both anchors can float.
Once they unlock hands. But yeah, it's just one of those things where those conversations, it's similar to like apologizing to your kid or owning up to a mistake or being like meeting uncomfortable moments. Is those conversations, they're necessary, they're uncomfortable, they likely will result in conflict, and it's just up to you guys to like want it bad enough to work through it.
Again, it's your side of the street shit.
Yeah.
You know, I want her to do things
Right.
and want to do things, and she ain't.
But often when you want that, you then have to show how to do it.
You have
like,
to-
That's one thing that I've learned is like my wife is an Italian retarded. So I have to show her
I'm
everything. If I want something, then I have to be that something for her.
Right.
You know what I
This
mean?
is how
Like,
you put on my diaper. This is. We have to go to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Bobby, before we go, do you want to plug anything?
Yeah, just go to punchup.live/Robert Kelly for all my stuff is right there.
Okay.
Everything's there. You know, I do the bonfire and the REGZ and YKWD and all that stuff. So.
You already know, Bobby. So keep supporting.
the Godfather, of podcasting.
Oh, I feel bad that I started this shit.
Why?
Because all you guys have to do this.
Yeah,
someday.
every day.
Every poor comic I know is in a basement in front of 3 fucking cannons. Just, hey guys.
I think we have some black magics, maybe.
Oh, the black man. Oh,
I don't
you-
know. But I do feel bad because I did just call my wife Italian retarded and she just texted me, "How are you doing, my sweetheart?" So, my bad. Love you, honey.
Love you. You're the best.
Patreon.com/beautifulboyspodcast.